Guity, it's such a pleasure to have you here today for this interview. Really excited to dig into who you are, why you do what you do, and just the nature of your giving heart that you have. So, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's such a wonderful opportunity to be here to talk to you and also be here at the TNT conference.
Absolutely. So, welcome. And the first question, the burning question that I have on my mind is you have dedicated such a big part of your life to giving to the community and a 35-year Rotary member. So, first off, what did you do in those 35 years? And but more importantly, why giving? Why do you care so much about giving back and being a part of helping the world and the community?
That's a great question, and I can talk about this probably all day
I
with
love
you.
that.
It's interesting. From my childhood, I was always interested in doing something for someone else. And when I got to be older, I felt very deep connection to the community, and I felt that every human being is has to give back. You know, we're so blessed to be here. For me, who was born in Iran, and I came to the States. Well, I went to England first for boarding school, and then I moved to the States to finish my education. I was so blessed to have the things that many other people may not have had. And I felt, well, since I was so blessed, I should give back. And I joined Rotary. My father was a Rotarian in Iran,
Mm.
so I was raised in a family that was very familiar with Rotary. And when I came to the States after finishing my studies, I was approached to join Rotary. It took me a couple of years to join because I didn't want to commit to something that I wasn't able to fully give myself. So I joined Rotary in 1990, January of 1991, approaching 35 years right now. And I just found it so satisfying to be able to do something for someone else. And as the years went on and I was able to do more in Rotary and I took more of a leadership role, I served as district governor. And during the year that I was serving as district governor, or I should say prior to that, I was trying to plan what I want to do, what my vision is, what do I
Mm.
want to accomplish in one short year. The year goes by so quickly.
Mhm.
That's why we go through intensive training. And I had two main goals and priorities. And the first one was mental health. I felt that there was so much need to help in this in mental health space. I was district governor in 2021, 2022, and COVID had hit.
Mm.
And that passion and desire for me intensified with what I saw was happening with families, with communities, with society. And I was even more um, determined to do something. So I helped charter the first mental health club in Rotary, and
Wow.
it's thriving, it's doing really well. And my second passion was the environment.
Mhm.
And I felt truly it's incumbent upon every person to do what they can to save and protect our environment. Our
Mhm.
beautiful planet will not survive unless we really do something about it. So those were my two passions, in addition to other areas that I focused in on. The third club I chartered in Rotary was one for LGBTQ,
Oh,
because
wow.
I felt that that was an underserved community. So mental health and environment and LGBTQ.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That I'm just so blown away by how much you've done. Those are three super important areas. For someone to tackle one issue is hard enough, but you went for those three and have made a difference.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
try.
Yeah.
We have to. That's what Rotary is all about. Rotary is really all about changing lives
Mhm.
and for the better, obviously,
Yeah.
and making someone happy.
Yeah. But I just want to take a step back just a little bit. You
Mm.
said that as a child, you felt that you wanted to help other people. Like, but where did that come from? Can you think
I,
as a kid, like what? Not all kids are like that,
yeah,
right?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's in my DNA. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Baha'i. My religion is Baha'i. So as a Baha'i, we always are very mindful of other people and very much into humanitarian initiatives. And maybe it was my early teaching that
Mhm.
taught me that.
Mhm.
And believe me, it wasn't without many of my friends saying, why are you doing this? You should not be doing not for profit. You should be doing for profit.
Yeah. And you've had a career outside of your giving too.
I like to say I've had a very successful career. I'm very pleased with my accomplishments. I was in banking and finance, and I am really very excited with the work I did, the people I hired, how I took care of my people. And I think at the end of the day, really what matters to me is giving.
Mhm. Mhm. Can you think of, you know, something that you've been really proud of in your work of in with the Rotary? Like one moment in particular or one accomplishment that really stands out that said like, yeah, I've really made my mark here.
It's hard to point one because, I mean, besides the mental health, is I'm very proud of being able to have uh, gotten approved and working on the largest environmental project at Rotary.
Hmm.
Um, we have a project in Zimbabwe, which is in regenerative agriculture and tree
Oh,
planting.
wow.
So that was one of the passions I had, that I wanted to do something in the environmental space, which is even more important today.
Hmm.
Uh, and I realized doing an environmental project anywhere in the world helps the planet. So why not do it in a country where you have major socioeconomic impact as well as environmental impact? So the project is almost halfway through. It's in Zimbabwe, and it is changing so many lives, and it is training so many women and the youth. Um, my other passion, which I haven't really talked to you, is women causes.
Oh, wow.
Very much passionate about women causes.
Yeah.
Several years ago, I was doing some mentoring program with an organization that helped middle management women advance in their careers.
Wow.
So I believe that women have so much capacity, but they're still not appreciated as the way they should be.
I agree with that. And it's a choice and it's a culture thing. It's how we decide that we
Yes,
want to value things.
exactly.
And so we have the ability to change that conversation and shift it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So um, tell me about what you're up to now with the Negeen Foundation.
Um, we chartered, well, we created the Negeen Foundation. We got the IRS approval middle of 2023, but I really didn't start doing much till 2024. I think it was hard for me, and it still is.
So first of all, we're going to talk Negeen. Who is Negeen?
I have to keep it together.
No, it's okay. Take
Uh,
your time.
Negeen is my daughter. I lost Negeen about 5 years ago.
And Negeen means jewel. Yeah. And so you've
Yes,
you've named your nonprofit after your
after
daughter.
my daughter,
Yeah.
yes. And Negeen was the kindest, the most generous, the sweetest human being I've met in my life.
True.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to talk about her without crying.
Yeah. Understood. Understood. But she was very giving.
She was very giving.
And so your nonprofit now is named after Negeen. And
Yes, after she passed, I wanted to keep her name alive and
yes,
her spirit alive.
yes,
So my husband and I formed a foundation called Negeen Foundation.
beautiful. Yeah.
And it took me about a year and a half to figure out what the focus should be. I knew it had to be in the mental health space because um, mental health is such a huge disease. And I want to really call it a disease so people will not continue to have the stigma associated with mental health. That's why I chartered the Mental Health Club, is that we as a society have to get rid of this stigma. I'm a two-time cancer survivor, and there's a lot of sympathy for cancer survivors,
Mm-hmm.
but there is zero sympathy with somebody who has mental health, or even more importantly, who can come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I wanted to make it very focused because I do not believe you can be everything for everyone. So I decided that the narrow focus of Negeen Foundation should be in the anxiety space. Because Negeen suffered from anxiety, I suffer from anxiety, and I think most people suffer from anxiety, whether they know it or not. And I wanted to also do it focus on the younger age, the children, young
Yeah.
adolescents, young adults, age 7 to 25. Because if we can help the young people, the children, the youth, learn how to combat, learn the tools to deal with anxiety, it will help them have a much more productive life. And they will hopefully learn there is no stigma. Anxiety is a normal behavior. And as I'm learning in this conference here, sometimes anxiety is good. It drives you to do
Ah,
more. So that's the
yes.
positive side of it.
Yes.
So I decided that I really think it should be focused on anxiety for that age group, children, young adolescents, and young adults, age 7 to 25.
Mm-hmm. And you've been very intentional about what you've chosen and how you've chosen to invest. You've been looking for evidence-based
Exactly.
solutions. Yeah, so tell me about that journey. What you've been looking for, what you've been finding, and where you're putting your efforts.
Um, that's right. I'm very focused on what I want to get, and I'm also very focused on doing something that is um, result oriented
Yes.
and ways to measure success in programs. And that comes from my career banking, which was really mostly in banking risk management and, you know, accomplishment and result orientation. So I'm interested in finding research programs because I don't believe that enough research has been done in this space in anxiety and in evidence-based programs such as the TNT program. And once I met Dr. McCarran, uh, I was sold. I believe in his program so much.
Yeah.
I believe the CAP program is so essential. And it's been evident by my being here in the conference and meeting so many passionate doctors. Doctors sometimes tend to be arrogant, but to my absolute surprise, I have not met a single arrogant doctor here.
Wow.
They're all so dedicated to
Yeah.
what they're doing, and they care so much about helping different ages. But again, my area of focus is for children, and that's why the CAP program with all the pediatrician to me is so impactful and
Mm-hmm.
really can make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've noticed the same thing with a year of working with TNT. They're fun, they're personable, they really care, they're driven, they're creative, you know. So it's been my pleasure to bring that out, through the video
I think
storytelling.
they're selfless. They're selfless and they're very compassionate. I think working with children, you have to be compassionate
Mm-hmm.
and you really truly have to care.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too. You gotta be creative.
yes.
The kids, they see right through you.
Kids are brilliant. Absolutely. I say my daughter was my best teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So tell me about you said you met Dr. McCarran and you were sold on it, but you've decided to give, to the program to fund some fellows here.
Yes,
And
I
why did you decide to do that? Why was that important to you?
because I believe you've got to put your money where your mouth is
Mm,
and where your heart is.
mm-hmm.
And I could tell by meeting Robert how dedicated he was to this cause, and and his team, his staff, they're all brilliant. And now that I've actually attended this program, I'm convinced that that was the right decision, and I would like to continue to support the program, and hoping that Robert will create other programs that are very important, like training teachers and parents and peers,
Mm,
because I believe um, identifying issues with children starts with their friends and the peers where they notice some unusual behaviors. And
mm-hmm.
then what to do with that information
Yeah.
and how to, try to help without creating problems and without um, not respecting the confidentiality of the children. And then teachers, what teachers do. And then parents. I think parents play a very important role. And parents have to realize that it's okay for their
Mm-hmm.
child to have mental health issues. You have to help them.
Yeah, I ducked in and I listened just a bit when I was filming the other day, and they were talking about, and I could actually relate to that as a parent. Like if a child comes to you and says that they're having suicidal thoughts or some of these really big things that are super scary, a parent can shut down and get really
Absolutely.
worried, and that will cut off that conversation
Hmm.
that needs to happen.
Absolutely.
But if there's that education, like if parents could be more educated about like what that means and what to
Mhm.
do, then we can feel empowered to have that conversation rather than inadvertently shutting it
Yes.
down.
Well, the other thing that happens a lot with parents is, and it can happen both ways when we think our children can do no wrong and they're the best, or the ones that don't have confidence, is that to think, oh, this will pass. It's nothing.
Mm,
Tomorrow she'll feel different. And trying to avoid the conversation, ignoring the signals, and be in denial. I think
mhm,
a lot of parents are in denial,
mhm.
and that could also be very harmful.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I think the the hope here, the ray of sunshine, so to speak, is that there are literally things that can be done
Absolutely.
to address any of these problems. Like anxiety can feel like so out of control, but there are steps we can take.
Right.
There are things that can be
Mhm.
done, like breathing
Right.
exercises, affirmations. There's so many tools that are out there that if people just knew about them,
Exactly.
then we can learn because anxiety will always be there.
Absolutely.
But
Well, it's funny you mentioned tool. I am in process of creating a toolbox for the website,
really,
and the toolbox will contain, as you said, various um, things you can do to help yourself. It's breathing. It's practicing your five senses. Like
mm-hmm,
if you have anxiety, go outside and try to smell, try to see, try to hear, just to distract you from your anxiety. And also, I'm planning on putting some videos and some articles. So it
mm-hmm.
really becomes a help guide without paying anything. You know that toolbox is there and you can use it anytime.
That's great.
Adults have an easier time dealing with anxiety, but children, um,
They're just overwhelmed
they're
by it.
overwhelmed. They don't know what to do.
They need the parents or the
Right.
doctors to say, hey,
Yeah.
this is something you can
Yeah.
do when this comes up.
And my concern with children's anxiety is because they don't know this is a new feeling, they don't know how to deal with it. And anxiety, I believe, is a precursor to so many other more severe mental health issues
Mm-hmm,
and eventually addiction,
mm-hmm,
suicide, or
mm-hmm.
dying from taking too much medication. These are the things that I really want to help prevent.
Yeah, you're looking at trying to get to the root cause at the beginning
To help.
to, you know, if you cut off the root, then the branches die, right? It's
Or
like I
help
was
them
thinking,
deal with it, you know?
yeah, uh-huh.
Maybe you can't. Maybe, some people, like I have anxiety, but I know there's really no reason for it. And I know tomorrow is going to be a new day, but a child doesn't have that sense.
They don't have that perspective
So
yet.
if they have tools from early age how to deal with anxiety, to reduce the pressure
Mm-hmm.
and reduce the temptation to let me go to my mom or dad's bar and take a drink.
Mm, mm-hmm. That happens.
That
It's
happens.
self-medicating
Yes.
because when you take that drink, then you calm down.
Right.
So there's other ways that we can teach how to calm down,
Yes.
But also what you said too about anxiety can be a positive thing too.
Mm.
There can be positive stress. So if I'm amped up for this interview a little bit, I'm going to be more engaged than if I walk in here all sleepy. So it's important to keep that perspective that not all anxiety is bad.
Yeah.
I want to go back a little bit about the evidence based
Okay.
piece. What are some of the things that you've discovered in your research on evidence based um, tools for addressing anxiety, or even the evidence that you've seen presented here in the TNT program?
Well, it's the programs that you offer, the way you try to help the children, the way you help to try to maybe help the parents. I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of these issues start at home,
Of course,
and
yeah.
parents have to know how to handle. Um, there was a very interesting video yesterday in Dr. McCarran's session on CBT.
Mm.
And to me, that was really exciting. I really have been wanting to learn more about CBT, but I'm really trying to scratch the surface. But the way he was talking to the mother about the issues that she had and how he was able to maneuver the conversation, who turned it from a very negative situation to a very positive one. So I think CBT can be very helpful. But I'm at the infancy stage right now. I'm learning. I'm like a sponge. So I want
Yeah.
to learn as much as I can.
Uh-huh.
Um, but when I see programs that have results, and I know the TNT pack has demonstrated it has results, then I love it. I'd like to support it.
Yeah.
But I have a long ways to go.
Yeah.
This is a very new foundation.
Yeah.
So it truly is at an infancy stage. But I felt it was necessary because I'm not sure if there are enough organizations dedicated to anxiety, especially for children anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe in the years to come, I'll share with you more of the evidence-based programs I've found.
Yeah, absolutely. And that toolkit having I'm excited for that because even the doctors here could, you know, have the parents go access
Right.
this toolkit,
Well, I'm
once
going to
it's
get some input
available.
from your program to put in there as well.
Oh, good.
Some of the videos, some of the articles. And, I'm really looking at it as a help guide
Mm-hmm.
for people. So if they know where to go, where they get that first anxiety, and they can go someplace because they know they can get results.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure Negeen Foundation is not the only organization doing this, um, but the field is so broad. The problem is so massive
Yeah.
that what I'm doing is a drop in the ocean.
Mm. Yeah, but it has a ripple effect, right?
Well, it has hopefully a ripple effect, and I guess oceans can get larger with drops.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And this program too, one of the things I love about it is that it truly does spread.
Yes.
So when you talk about one fellow, just one,
Hmm.
and all the patients that their knowledge then affects, but not only that, the other people in their office that learns from them and then spreads to the other
Exactly.
people. So it's like, yes, it's one person, but it affects
Yeah,
hundreds of people. And
absolutely.
it's kind of beautiful how humanity can be like that.
Yeah.
So we should never underestimate the power of
Absolutely.
one person and that intention.
I figure if one person talks every day to two or three people, and those talk to two or three people,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you start from one, and it's the reverse pyramid, or it is the pyramid going this way. So you can reach so many people
Mm-hmm.
that way by really spreading the word. And I'm going to spread the word about this program for sure.
I love that. And we're going to spread
Yeah,
the word about you spreading
yeah,
the word.
absolutely. I think we shouldn't keep this as a well-kept secret. It
I
shouldn't be,
agree.
you know. We should spread good news.
Yeah, yeah, because it's just got such a positive
Yeah.
effect, and I want to see this program grow outside of
Yes.
California too, so we can do
I would
more.
love to see that. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's already in other states anyway, so
yeah,
but it would be
just
great
keep it
to
going.
expand it to other places. I was talking to one of the doctors, and he was telling me that he's hoping to take this maybe to India.
Mm,
So if we can, the multiplier effect is very important.
yeah,
And and there are other programs. I mean, this is an amazing program, but there are other programs, there are other means, and I think we should really go broad in trying to help
yeah, absolutely.
this age group. And I happen to feel that maybe in the US we have a bigger share, or maybe there is more information that we're more aware of it. Um, but I'm sure children suffering from
Yeah,
mental ailments and anxiety is not unique to the States, it's all over the world.
it is. It is. So, what would be your vision? What would be your what you would like to see the world look like?
God. I want to see humanity prevail.
Ah, yeah.
I'm all about doing work in advancing the human cause, human beings. I'd like to um, see a world where children thrive and children don't have to suffer. I'd like to see no hunger in the world. So I really like to see more peace, humanity, caring, love,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because if your heart is filled with love,
You're gonna be a helper in the world. It's
I
gonna
think
spread. It spreads.
I think it does spread.
Yeah, it does, and you're proof of that.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know about that, but I feel I should do my share.
yeah. And you are, and you're keeping your daughter's name alive. Is there anything more you wanted to share about her? I know it's hard to speak about, but I want to
Um,
make sure you've said what you want to say.
well, no, I haven't said what I want to say, but I think I've said enough. I mean, she was a unique human being,
Yeah, yeah,
and anybody who met her felt the same way.
yeah. And she was out there doing the work one on one with people to to help them, like her mom.
Well, she did things that I didn't realize till after she passed,
Yeah,
because she would never come tell me.
yeah, because she was not doing it for recognition. Yeah, beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for sharing your story with us, your heart of giving. It's it's so important that people know that what they do matters. And when people come up and say like I'm doing this thing, it matters and you see that ripple effect, it just encourages others to do the same. So thank you so
Oh, my
much.
pleasure.
Yeah.
But people have to be aware that if they're on the other end of the spectrum, that matters too.
Which other end? Right.
When there's war, when there are bad things. So I
Mm-hmm.
just wish people would have love in their hearts and try to be good people,
Yeah,
because our actions have consequences,
absolutely.
our behaviors have consequences. And I think if people learn that, I believe it takes less energy to be good than to be bad.
Hmm. That's a good point. Yeah, yeah, it's true. But I do think that that mental health component is very important because when people are healthy,
Yes.
mentally sound and inspired and feel supported by their community, they're going to be less likely to create harm in this
Absolutely.
world. They're going to be
Absolutely.
more likely to reach a hand to
Yes.
help the next person.
I think,
So that's why I think
yeah.
it's what you're thinking to take it to youth and anxiety and the very beginnings is so wise.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Really enjoyed talking to you.
Oh, and if people want to learn more about the Negeen Foundation, I know that it's, how would people connect? I know it's not up yet, but
Yes.
how would people connect with you to get that toolkit later on, you
Oh,
know?
well, I guess wait for Negeen Foundation to open its website, and now I'm even more
Yeah,
incentivized to do it quicker. I've been putting it off, and I don't really know why. Honestly, I don't know why I've been putting off completing the website, but we should. And I'm here. I don't know if people are interested. I don't know. They can reach out somehow,
great.
maybe through you.
Okay, yeah, we'll put a link
Thank
down.
you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.